Hello, fellow Cravers, and welcome to another WWE Predicts with me, Gee Dee, and Hanksy. How are you, mate?
All good, all good.
Well, mate,
looking forward to Sunday.
I'm looking forward to Sunday. We had a little bit of payback, and where there's payback, there is some backlash. It is time for Smackdown's turn after WrestleMania. I'm getting better with them. So we are going to kick off straight away into our predictions, starting off with the Smackdown Tag Team Championships. It is the Usos versus Breezango.
It would help.
It would help, yeah. So this is interesting because I am actually wanting Breezango to win.
You do or you don't?
I do actually want them to win for once. It's weird.
Yep.
So let's explain why Breezango are actually getting the opportunity for the Tag Team Championship first of all. So how it happened was there was a beat the clock competition to see who would be the next team to face the Usos, and well, it was a surprise. That's the best way of putting it. Because the teams that was actually part of it, you had the American Alphas, the Clones, and the Ascension, who were the other three teams that were part of this. We had the American Alpha face the Clones, and the Ascension face Breezango in that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was. I don't know how to put
I'm
this.
really pleased.
I'm really pleased.
Yeah, but I'm really pleased.
The thing is,
I like Tyler Breeze.
Yeah.
When Tyler Breeze was on NXT, he was really good. So he can wrestle, and he can be, and he's entertaining. And I think obviously they've teamed him up with Fandango.
Another entertainer.
And they just sort of rattled around. Yeah, it's rattled around being this sort of basically jobbers, haven't they, really, for the last couple of years. Well, so I think it's really nice and refreshing to see new people getting a bit of push. Which is what they go on about. They go on SmackDown about it being the land of opportunity. But to be fair, I think it does seem to be giving people what we said. We'll talk about another one later on, won't we? But definitely giving people a bit of a push who you wouldn't probably have expected to get.
The thing is,
it's good.
This is why a lot of people have been asking, why is SmackDown doing so much better than Raw in the ratings at the moment? And the reason is, with Raw, you're expecting certain things to go off. Like, for example, at the moment, at Extreme Rules, which was announced, was it last week or this week? It was this week, actually, they've announced that the main match is going to be a Fatal Five-Way, Kurt Angle has named it, which has got Bray Wyatt, Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Samoa Joe.
Oh,
that's it. It's Samoa Joe. So they've
been pushed into this, haven't they, because of Braun Strowman getting injured?
Yeah. So if people don't know, the thing is, Braun Strowman, they're basically following the story behind it. He's now got a shattered elbow. But the actual truth behind it is that he's had to go for minor surgery on his elbow anyway, which is going to be taking him out for at least a couple of weeks. But they're following the story saying that it's going to be about 6 months. But they're basically now just covering their backs because the plan was, we never actually discussed this. The plan was for not Extreme Rules, but Raw's next pay-per-view. It was going to be
Balls of Fire.
Exactly. What is the point of that name?
It's awful, isn't it?
It's an awful.
It really is awful.
It doesn't help.
Know,
it doesn't help when you've got your own superstars making jokes about it on your show.
Yeah.
It's like, because it was Dean Ambrose and The Miz was in charge while they were over here in the UK. And the best, I think it was one of the best lines I ever heard from Dean Ambrose during that. Said, "Hey, I've got an idea for a name for our next pay-per-view our next pay-per-view," and you know what was going there. But yeah, so the rumor.
No, so coming back to this.
Yes.
Go on. Sorry.
I just want to mention one more thing about the Raw thing. So, what we've been told is that either I've got a feeling it's going to be Finn Balor or Seth Rollins that's going to win that match anyway. And I think the plan actually was Finn Balor or Seth Rollins was going to be facing Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and Braun Strowman at Great Balls of Fire. But now, by the sounds of things, they've actually switched it over. So Braun Strowman is now more than likely going to be Brock Lesnar or whoever's champions competition then. Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, what I'm finding interesting is the fact that Roman's being dropped down the bill a little bit by the look of it. Although,
when you say drop down the bill, in other words, he's basically fallen about an inch because he's still in that match for a #1 contendership.
He is. Well, what I mean is, but it's not. He's not being talked about as being an opponent of Brock Lesnar's for a while. But then saying that, the original plan, I believe, was for him to be at WrestleMania, wasn't it? So
yeah,
we shall see. But anyway, so back to this match. So I think it's quite refreshing actually.
Yeah.
That they.
Sorry, Hanksy, you're right.
So
sorry, what did you say there, mate?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, so I think it's refreshing. They're getting a push. I'm loving the the Fashion Police sort of what is it? Sort of thing that they've been doing the last couple of weeks. That's been great. Well, and I'm hoping they win. I'm really hoping they win.
I'm hoping they win because at the moment, and the Breezango has run with this as well. And the thing is, this is the thing about Fandango and Tyler Breeze themselves. They love doing the comedy side of things.
Yes, I think it's going to be good. I think it could be a good match. It's very much light versus dark, isn't it? And as I say, I think we'll see. But I'm hoping they win it because I think it'd be really nice to see them getting a bit of a push for a while because they're both capable.
Yeah.
And SmackDown needs it, and the tag team division needs something like this. Really.
Yeah, definitely. So do you think that Breezango is going to be walking out as champions?
I think there's a chance.
There's a chance.
There's a chance.
You know what, mate? I'm agreeing with you. I feel like they're going to be walking out as champions. How things are going at the moment. No offense to the Usos, but even going to the dark, the heel turn with them, it is feeling a bit. I do love their. I love their promos.
I don't think. Their promo, and the problem SmackDown has is the fact it's only 2 hours, not 3.
Yes.
And the problem with that is that it isn't. They can't build the storylines in the same way as Raw can because they can't have big 20 minutes of standing in the ring talking.
No.
Because if they do that, that means and almost a third of the show's gone. So it's more difficult for them to build it. So we don't get the promos cut in the same way as you do on Raw. But that they've said the last couple they've cut have been fantastic. They've been really good.
Oh God, yeah.
But I just think that they've suffered from the fact that the tag team division has been a little bit in the doldrums.
Well, the thing is,
and I think obviously we're treading water. We're treading water a little bit about it because obviously the New Day is going to be coming across.
Yes.
As soon as Kofi Kingston's past fit, which can't be long now.
Well, the thing is, they keep promoting it at the moment. It's it's got to be probably after this.
Yeah, between that and Stripper Lana. It's
God, I love that. Can we got to talk a little bit about that during the women's? I'm going to say that now. I've had a new SmackDown favourite there. But yeah, so we both think that Breezango might more than likely walk out as champions. According to the game, they think Usos are going to be walking out as champions. We're going to hopefully find out. By the sounds of things, it's going to be a good match anyway.
I think it could be. I think it could be really good.
What
I would do is I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when the meeting took place where Breezango were told, you know what, guys, we're going to make you #1 contenders. I think that, you know, from what they've been put through over the last couple of years, that must have been quite a good feeling, I would have thought.
I'd like to point out one thing before we move on to the next match about this, going with Breezango. Before WrestleMania, on the road to WrestleMania, Breezango actually had a match between John Cena and Nikki Bella and lost.
Yes,
with Tyler Breeze dressed up as Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
Just saying that now.
Oh yeah, it's been quite a monumental push. And there's been a couple of those on SmackDown recently, isn't there? So we'll talk about it in a bit.
Anyway, let's move on to our next match, mate, which is Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin. So, Sami Zayn is now on SmackDown. Took the bloody time, didn't they?
It's the latest Sami Zayn picks on somebody bigger than him storyline, isn't it? Which I'm a bit bored of now. I'll go with it.
I love that way you put it. Sami Zayn picks on some. He basically takes.
It seems to be, though, isn't it? This is what we've had now for a while, isn't it? When you think about it.
Yeah.
We had the whole Braun Strowman thing. You know, we've had the whole Baron Corbin thing before. You know, this has sort of come back to this.
We had Samoa Joe for a bit as well, didn't we?
It seems to be, Samoa Joe. There is definitely a, you know, of which guy is bigger than Sami? Is Sami going to choose to get beaten up by this week? So the commentators can talk about how brave Sami Zayn is, when the question should be really, how stupid is Sami Zayn? Why is he not picking on Kalisto? You know what I mean?
No. My question here, why is Sami Zayn actually going after Baron Corbin? When, no offence, the person I would have expected him going after here at the moment is Jinder Mahal. Or at least one of his two stooges. Not Baron Corbin.
Maybe that'll come. I don't know. I think they've just got a problem with Sami Zayn at the moment, where they don't really know where to put him. Vince, I believe, has always thought that he's too small.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any getting past the fact that he's actually incredibly talented, and he's done stuff on NXT, and then he's done stuff on on the main roster since he's been across, which has been really great at times. But I just think recently they've just.
Well,
he's too good to be a jobber.
Yeah.
They don't seem to want to give him the push.
No, I don't think that they don't want to give him.
And obviously, there's and the problem is at the moment, the lower title, right, if we can call it that. So the title that, you know,
we call it the
mid-card title. Yeah, is held by the guy who held the Universal Championship for 7 months. So,
but I would have loved to see Sami Zayn go and face that guy, because everyone knows when it's Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, it's usually a very, very good match. Yeah.
And this is the problem, isn't it? And I think we saw this. We've seen this a little bit recently, and I think we're seeing it on with the Intercontinental even as well with Dean Ambrose, where
it's the Miz.
There's guys who should be at the top of the bill, holding the minor titles. And then because of that, it means that the guys who should be contending for the minor titles, the Sami Zayns, of the world, the Apollo Crews of the world,
he's having fun,
possibly even Baron Corbin's. To be fair, even maybe Baron Corbin's the world should be getting a push there, and they're not, because we'll come on to this in a bit. But we've got a match between Kevin Owens, former Universal Champion, a couple of months ago, and AJ Styles, former WWE champion, a couple of months ago. So blocking, it's almost like bed blocking, isn't it? And I think it's a problem they've got at the moment.
But that's the thing.
What they need is more titles.
I agree. They need more titles.
They need more titles.
But then that's the thing. At the moment, they've got. It's now a point that they've got too many people that you can see in the top championship picture. At the moment, like we said, you said here, We've got a former Universal Champion versus a former WWE Champion with AJ versus Kevin Owens, which we'll get more into later. Yeah. And then you're having a look at the actual championship, but with the actual championship at the moment, you've got Randy Orton, who, he's a good champion. He's held it as many times as he's he is the youngest ever WWE champion. We've got to point that out there as well. Versus someone that they're trying to push up.
He's only 2 behind Cena and Flair now, isn't he?
I like to point out, if someone's going to break Flair's record, do you know who I want to break it? Goddamn Randy Orton.
I'd rather it be Randy Orton than Cena.
Exactly, same here.
I don't think it will be.
I doubt it will be, yeah. But it's looking at the
merchandise, but I agree.
But it's looking at these 2 people here, Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin. They both could be more than likely will be champions one day. It's more of a when than an if with these 2, and they will make more than likely they'll make brilliant champions. Like I said,
I think they need more titles. I think one more title on each show.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know we've got the cruiserweights, but obviously the cruiserweights is you've got to be a cruiserweight to fight for that.
We can't really count that because technically I count that as that's just 205 Live's title now. Yeah, they do fight on Raw, but come on. There we go. Go ahead, mate. What was saying?
Yeah. So not long ago we had extra titles, and we had European Championship. We had the Hardcore Championship.
I want that back.
And I'm just wondering whether it's time to. Yeah, I mean that'd be fantastic. And I'm just wondering whether it's time to maybe reintroduce another title, just so these guys have got something to fight for.
Well, like we're saying with here, the SmackDown currently has 3 championships. It's got the WWE, 4 championship, WWE, the tag team, the US, and the women's. And you look at Raw on the other hand, and I like to point this out, I do not count the Cruiserweight Championship because that is 205's Championship.
No, because it is.
That's it.
It is 205's Championship,
When we look at Raw on the other hand, they've only got 3 championships at the moment. They've got the tag team, the Intercontinental, and the women's. Because Raw, WWE did the stupid
you can't count the Universal because,
it's given to someone who, I'm going to be honest, should have it taken off him by now. It's been 30 goddamn days.
Yeah, maybe. You can go and tell him.
I'll tell him, but I want to be behind. You know what? Do you know what I feel like it's going to be? Have you seen? Be out today. Have you seen Iron Ryan's Outlast video, where he's got to press the button. He's got to press a button. And then that big guy comes out of nowhere and smashes the window. That's what it'll be like. I'm the one pressing the button and it's Brock Lesnar on the other side of the glass. I will run.
Yeah.
Because he will rip my arm off. But I agree.
So,
we need more championships here because we need, like for example, Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin. They should be the ones fighting for the US Championship, not AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. They should be the ones that are fighting for the WWE Championship. But the one thing I wanted to point out with Sami Zayn, you got to remember, he's just not long came to SmackDown. And I feel like this is a good place for him to be. I think this is a perfect opportunity place for him. And you got to think with Baron Corbin, he did fight for the Intercontinental Championship before Dean Ambrose moved over to Raw.
Yeah, he did.
So I feel like it's just getting their story. The thing is, it'll look suspicious to give someone who's moved up straight away to moved over to SmackDown a WWE Championship shot straight away. When you've got someone like Baron Corbin here who should just have the perfect opportunity as well.
It's happened on Raw, right? It's happened on Raw.
Yeah, but
about the women.
That's a different story.
Alexa Bliss won it straight away.
Well done.
Straight away.
They've got now the best champion over there. Sorry. Anyway, so who do you think is going to win, Baron Corbin or Sami Zayn?
I think probably going to be Baron Corbin. I'd like it to be Sami.
I've
got a feeling it's going to be Baron Corbin.
I'm going to say Sami Zayn because I feel like they're going to start building him up after.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
According to the game, Baron Corbin is going to be walking out of there. Well, I said all we've got to see is what happens with that. Yeah. So let's move on to our next match, which is the US Championship. Yes, is the US Championship. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. Now, I want to mention something before we talk.
Just say that, because that sounds like a main event, doesn't it?
AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens, yeah.
It sounds like a main event.
Like we said, these are two former champions.
When you know that our main event, is going to be actually going to be Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
This sounds like the main event to me. I mean, yeah, this has got the possibility of being an absolute classic, I think.
Yeah.
I really hope it lives up to it.
I like to say, now, if we went back 6 months at the moment, both these two were the top champions.
They were both the top champions, yeah. Yeah, this is it.
And now they're fighting for the US Championship. Not saying anything bad about the US Championship. All right, I want to point something out about this, though, which is really annoying me. And Kevin Owens knows it's annoying a lot of people. Calling himself the face of America. He's not American. He's Canadian.
That's what's funny about it, though, isn't it? But that's what's funny about it. I love that. I actually love it.
It didn't help when Jericho won the championship back, and then he said he's the new face of America. Yeah. He's not American. He's Canadian.
No.
I only let it go with Jericho because it's Jericho.
Yeah. I think, as I say, I think this could be a really good. I think this match, you've probably got two of the best performers over the last 12 months in the company. So I think it could be really good. I'm hoping it lives up to the billing. Actually.
Actually, now we're actually on the US Championship, I did want to talk about one thing. Payback. The match, it was Kevin Owens versus Jericho with the US Championship on the line. Yeah. We both got it so wrong.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
So if people don't know, we were saying Kevin Owens was going to win because we already knew that Jericho was going to be touring with Fozzy for a couple I think it's about a month and a half. I think he's actually billed to be coming back for the live event in China or Japan? In Asia, I think.
Japan, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, in July, I think it is. So, but then again, most people has said Jericho has come back to do live events, not to join back into the main televised show. So it could just be him going around having a little bit of fun, Jericho style. Because we said that he was going to be touring, we said, oh yeah, Kevin Owens is going to win it hands down, and then Jericho won, and then lost it in 2 days' time.
It was a good match, though.
Oh god,
it was a great match.
Both of them were great matches.
Yeah. With Kevin Owens' little finger, that was brilliant.
Oh, that's the best way of doing that. The thing is basically just stands there, and like I said, you said it was a brilliant match, and for a lot of people would have probably been shocked about it because a lot of us in the WWE universe already knew about this whole thing. I think I don't know who we should be praising here, SmackDown or Raw, because technically they're both now SmackDown superstars.
Yeah,
they
are.
So
I think it was good. As I say, it was a shock. We were all shocked, and that was nice. It's nice to get shocked now and again, isn't it?
Oh god, yeah.
To be honest.
There's nice shocks and there's terrible shocks.
Quite often we can predict these. We can predict these storylines quite often. And that one, it was nice to have got it so wrong, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So the thing is, leading into this match, AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
This is going to be a brilliant match. We already know it's going to be a brilliant match. We can already tell it's going to be. And I don't think these two have actually had the opportunity to really face each other. I think the last time they actually did, it was Survivor Series, because there was on the Team Raw, Team SmackDown
They're on
thing.
opposing teams first
Yeah.
to fight, yeah.
Well, they didn't really. This is the first time they've actually going to be facing each other one-on-one, because of course.
Yeah, and the whole Survivor Series thing was slightly muddled by the fact that Dean Ambrose turned on AJ Styles.
No.
Along with his Shield buddies.
That was good. We had the Shield back. We're waiting for the Shield to be reunited.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic, but it meant that we didn't actually get to see these two particularly.
No.
I can't remember last time we saw if we've seen them properly. I don't think they've been in the pay-per-view against each other, other than Survivor Series.
No, they have. Well,
they
haven't had the opportunity to do that because Kevin Owens has been on Raw, and of course AJ Styles has been on SmackDown. And before the whole brand split thing, AJ Styles had his rivalry with John Cena and Jericho. So
it was mainly Jericho, wasn't it first, and then it was John Cena.
Yeah, and then
Kevin Owens, it was this whole Sami Zayn thing.
Oh yeah, which we do want back. Just saying.
Up to Money in the Bank, and then after Money in the Bank, it was Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
as we had every week appeared to be the last match between them until the next week, and there was the last match between them, and so on.
Yeah. So we need to talk about how AJ Styles has been given the opportunity for the US Championship, of course. He basically won a triple threat match. It was him, Baron Corbin, and Sami Zayn, which was a brilliant triple threat match, to say.
It was.
That was on April the 11th. It's been counting down the days, of course, to go face the United States Championship. Which, to be honest, it was one of those opportunities, one of those things. Who was he facing? Because of Jericho and Kevin Owens.
The thing was, again, I mean, the whole. You think about that, and it's AJ Styles, against Baron Corbin and Sami Zayn, and it just seems weird.
The thing is, that's the way we've got to look at it here. You've got Baron Corbin and Sami Zayn. We're saying that they're not up there. They are actually up there. It's just that they haven't been given that opportunity yet. And the thing is, we've got to point out that...
I'm not saying they're not good enough.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not saying they're not good enough, but it just feels weird. This AJ Styles over the last... As I say, his feuds have been against Bray Wyatt, Shane McMahon, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, John Cena, big names, and then he's in a triple threat match for the US title against Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin, and it just feels weird.
You say that though, but you got to remember
you couldn't see him losing that, could you?
You could. I don't know. Actually, with that match,
not
it was
a little
bit. The thing is, you could easily see it's going to be AJ would make a great competition against Kevin Owens. We keep saying this. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is always a great match, and Baron Corbin, he's a lone wolf. Him versus Kevin Owens, that would have been a great match. Probably give Baron Corbin a anti-hero push there.
Yeah.
Because no way we're going to give Kevin Owens an anti-hero push. He's too much of a heel to do that, and he's too great of a heel to do that. Oh,
he's brilliant.
Yeah.
He is brilliant. Have you seen the footage of him throwing the autograph book on the floor?
No, I haven't.
Some kid.
Oh, no, not a kid!
Signed his autograph. He took some kid. I mean, he made one cry last year or something, but this is a poor kid giving him his autograph book. He went to sign it and then just threw it on the floor, laughed and walked off.
Oh, God. Oh, Kevin Owens, mate, you're brilliant. Seriously, continue what you're doing, mate. Anyway, who do you think is going to be walking out as US champion, mate?
I think it's going to be Kevin Owens. I think KO's going to hang on to it for a while because I'm presuming there's going to be a rematch against Jericho when he's back. I'm thinking.
I agree. I think we're going to see Kevin Owens cheat his way to the champion.
And this face of America thing is too good. To get rid of it.
Even though it annoys me, it's good. Because he's not American. He's Canadian.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's the opposite to American in a lot of people's opinions.
Yeah.
But yeah,
which is why it's good.
According to the match, AJ Styles is going to be walking out as the US Championship. We both don't agree with it. We think Kevin Owens is going to cheat and hold on to that championship until Money in the Bank, which is their next pay-per-view, by the way. Let's move on to our next match, which is a 6-women tag team match.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I'll let you start with this one, mate. I'm not starting with this one. Yeah, I've thrown you in the deep end.
No, it's not getting in the deep end. Again, this is just a bit bizarre, isn't it? I mean, before we move on, I think there's a little bit of an issue on both shows at the moment where there's a hangover still from WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I just don't think they've worked themselves out properly. But this one's weird. So you've got. This has all come about the fact that Charlotte Flair moved across to Smackdown during the brand, during the brand reorganisation after WrestleMania. She comes across, she gets offered a match. Well, she basically got to beat Naomi, and she beats Naomi. She gets a chance to get have a title match. She beats Naomi. Following week, she has a title match, and it's interrupted by Natalya, Tamira, and what's her name?
Carmella.
Princess of Staten Island. Carmella. And, that little twat, who I'm not going to even mention his name.
What's her name?
I'm so over
him.
James Ellsworth. I'm so over James Ellsworth. It's like, time to fuck off.
If you want to kill a promotion, just put him
So they
there.
turn up, interrupt the match. The match is called off, disqualification. And then, they've basically turned it into this big, welcoming committee, as they're calling it, thing where how dare Charlotte Flair come across and get a chance straight away and all this.
Which I like to point out, I do agree with them there.
And it's fine, and it's nice because we've got a little bit of a heel sort of crew, and I like that. It's nice to see a heel stable of women. I think that's something that's a bit different.
Yes.
But then this bizarre thing happens where all of a sudden Charlotte Flair, Naomi comes out and starts helping Charlotte Flair, and then Becky joins as well, Becky Lynch.
She just wants to fight. That's the reason with her.
and we've gone from Charlotte Flair being arch heel to babyface way too quickly, in my opinion. And it's just weird.
We spoke.
And I mean, and there's tension there, and I know there's tension within the creative team. But half the creative team have gone with this, and the other half of the creative team are actually saying it's too quick, and they want to turn her back again and have her facing Naomi. So whether this will be short-lived or not, I don't know. But it just doesn't seem to ring true to me, and it's a little bit.
Yeah, well, my look of this at the moment, we did talk a little bit about the whole Charlotte getting a shot at the championship thing at Payback because of the Alexa Bliss versus Bayley match.
Yeah.
Now, I do agree with what they're calling themselves, the welcoming committee. I think Charlotte shouldn't have really been given a shot like that straight away. And it is kind of giving a little bit of story to this, which, to be honest, at the moment, they're not really doing much with their women's division that well.
No.
But yeah, I do agree. It does feel a little bit, especially who are supposed to be a good team.
If they were going to turn a face, and I'm not against turning Charlotte face. I think it'll refresh the character a little bit. Yeah. I don't think she could be completely face because she's a Flair. That just would be wrong. But yeah, a whole anti-hero type thing. But it should have been done more gradually.
Yeah.
Okay? If it had been a case of she was being beaten up and Naomi or somebody had helped her out, and then they stared at each other and then backed away from each other, so it wasn't. No. But it is like, we're best friends again.
Now, my theory of this at the moment now. They when they actually started talking about making this match a six women tag team match. The thing is, Charlotte and Naomi were still at each other's throats during that time, and it's Becky Lynch who's supposed to be the trying to get everything together. I do. Even story-wise, I think they are putting on an act with this. And I've got a feeling it is going to fall apart during Backlash. No way. The thing is, like you said, Charlotte, she cannot be a good a babyface. She can never be a babyface. No. Like you said, because she's a Flair. And as much as she's done so well as herself, the thing is, you can tell that she's got so much inspiration from her dad. There. Oh, look at her. God, for crying out loud, she still uses the Flair name. She's actually known now as Charlotte Flair. I think that is actually what it's actually being labelled.
She's gone back to being Charlotte Flair. I've noticed on SmackDown she's being announced as Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
But on Raw she was always just Charlotte. So she's even going back to the Flair. So
yeah, she is actually known as Charlotte Flair on here on the
she completely,
preview list.
She was with when they first came across NXT. Her and Becky were best friends, and she completely screwed her over and stabbed her in the back, as everyone else has to Becky, to be fair.
Poor Becky.
And it's like, we'll just ignore that and pretend that's not happened, and Becky's quite happy to be her mate again. And you think, it just feels, I just think it's been quite lazy in the story. And I'm surprised by that, because SmackDown have got the better creative team.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think you've got Daniel Bryan, you've got Shane, you've got Jesse James. I think they're the better creative team, and so I find this odd that they've done this, to be honest.
Well, like you said, half the team like it, half the team don't like it. The thing is, it could be that they don't know. Like you said, it's a hangover from WrestleMania. The thing is, you've got to think WrestleMania was only last year, wasn't it? Last month.
Yeah.
I would have thought that they would have given a bit more time to it, and I think it also hasn't helped with this superstar shake-up as well at a point, which I still think was there's been some good points from it, but most of it wasn't really that good.
No.
And so they are trying to figure out that place where the thing is they don't want too many heels on this for the women's division. The thing is, if Charlotte kept on doing what she had, you're looking at 4 against 2 at the moment. And I've got a feeling Lana, when she comes up, whenever she's on her way over, she's going to be a heel. She's not going to be a face, just because she's going to be continuing with her.
Well, apparently the plan was to make her a face.
Really?
Yeah, you're splitting her and Rusev up as a couple. Obviously not. Yeah, they'll still be married, but as a wrestling couple, she's no longer. She's actually going to be wrestling. She's not, and she has been wrestling, I believe, on some of the NXT house shows and stuff.
Good. I'm happy that she is. Yeah.
She has been wrestling, but my understanding is that Rusev's going to go off, do his thing on his own, carrying on as a heel.
Yeah, he's going to continue doing his little Twitter, Facebook thing, isn't he? Which he said, I'm going to come next week. Where the hell were you, Rusev?
Yeah, I know, you didn't turn up, did
No! You promised us you was here this week, and you didn't show up.
Lana, I believe, the plan was to have Rusev. See, the Lana character is actually the character they wanted, the Emelina character.
Yes, I know. And I feel like they are going down the right route. They didn't feel that Emma had committed to the character at all, which is why they didn't continue with that, which was just bizarre. So this is the glamorous. Back to the idea is it's going to be like an Attitude Era glamour type character. Oh, thank God! I can't wait for that.
Yeah, Trish Stratus type glamour character was the idea of Emelina, but obviously Emma didn't carry it off. So. And she's now injured again, isn't she?
Yeah, we need to mention that. So Emma has been back only a couple of weeks. She came back on the night after WrestleMania, didn't she? With she came under the radar, technically.
Yeah.
And she's now injured
Raw,
again.
isn't she?
Yeah, she's on Raw, and now she's injured again. Yeah. Which I do feel sorry for.
It's a shame.
The thing is, injuries happen, but it is bad when they are plagued with injuries sometimes, and it feels like Emma's having that issue at the moment with it.
She seems to be quite injury prone.
Yeah, I want to talk about someone else also who is supposed to be now is a former SmackDown women, part of the women's division. Eva Marie has now, her contract is over.
Was finally departed.
She's finally departed.
Cheerio, goodbye.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, so there was a story that came out, I think it was yesterday. She has now, her contract with Total Divas is now finished.
Yeah.
Now the actual producers of Total Divas are now trying to quickly find someone to replace her. Rumours at the moment is supposed to be Charlotte. So we'll see how that goes with that. But yeah, finally she's gone. Because that was a waste of time.
Well, it was just pointless, wasn't
it?
She was almost pointless.
Well, the thing is, I'm happy that she has gone, because she was one of those. She was a part of a. She was a diva. She wasn't a women's superstar. She was a diva, and I'm happy that that kind of stuff is starting to die down now. Some have evolved. Some have just disappeared into the sunset, which is nice. Like, for example,
the only reason they kept. Yeah, the only reason they kept her around was because she was good for Total Divas. It wasn't because she was a wrestler. And I don't like that.
No. You shouldn't be doing that. The thing is, you should be doing wrestling first, and then that side rubbish. Which, I'm going to be honest, an actual WWE fan does not really care about.
No.
It's like, especially when you've got a spin-off with Total Bellas. What the point is? What is it? Do you know what my favourite episode of that is? It's the one that The Miz did.
John Cena's House Rules.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, he wasn't lying about that. You don't see John Cena and Nikki Bella.
Something else about this match, right? Is I'm finding... Don't really understand the point of Tamina or either at the moment.
Tamina.
She doesn't seem to be doing much. Yeah.
Well, I feel sorry for Tamina a little bit.
She just seems to be.
She's a muscle.
She can wrestle. We've seen it. She's good, but she's just been used as muscle. And she's like now she's Carmella's muscle now.
Yeah,
and before that, obviously, she was AJ Lee's muscle, and that just seems to be her role.
I feel sorry for Tamina a little bit here because, especially have her coming back, she was announced she got overshadowed by Charlotte because she was announced that we've actually signed this and we've got Tamina. I'm thinking, that is bad writing there, just on her part.
It was done on purpose as well to belittle her actually, and I felt. Yeah,
it didn't just belittle her. It feels like it belittled
this is a woman who's a good
legacy.
Wrestler from, her dad's, a member of the blinking Hall of Fame. Give her a bit of, I think she deserved a little bit more respect than that, personally.
All right, all right. This is my thought plan of this actual match at the moment. Now we're talking about Tamina. She has got to have some hatred against Charlotte at the moment. What if Tamina is the point that's going to turn Charlotte into that anti-hero type of thing? The anti-hero
could be
face. Yeah. Because I would, out of this, what is happening now thinking of it, I would love to see Charlotte versus Tamina.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there is enough hate between those two that you could work with that here. Smackdown, listen to that.
You could do, and that would have been a more believable turn, wouldn't it?
Yeah. That would have been better. Get rid of Carmella and Natalia. No offense to Kamala, she's annoying. She's got that turtle out of the shell thing following her around, which stopped giving him clothes that makes him look like a chav.
He's just awful, isn't he?
He was good for a little bit, and now he's annoying. Get rid of him. I think they can't get rid of him because he's got a year contract.
Yeah. It was funny because Dean Ambrose made it funny.
Yeah.
And
AJ Styles, I like to point out. He was also there to help.
But mainly Dean. The stuff Dean was doing with him, and it was amusing. And then since that's finished, I just feel he's rattled around a bit, and they've tried to find something to do with him, and now they've put him as this
sidekick.
Obviously, sidekick to Carmella.
Which is like it's like a sidekick to the sidekick.
Yeah.
No offense to Carmella. I think actually rumours are at the moment Carmella might be the next person to have a shot at the championship.
Yeah, I think she's going to get a bit of a push.
I won't be surprised. Like they said, land of opportunity. So. Out of the heel team that we've got here, if you're going to do that, Carmella might be the right person for that.
See, I really hoped that they were going to move Enzo and Cass across during the ring, and then that she'd go back with them. I think that would have been the best thing for all three of them, to be honest.
Well,
that didn't happen.
I think the plan was that they want to try and get Carmella to have her own run at it, in a way.
Yeah.
The thing is, with Big Cass and Enzo, the thing is, they are a package, no matter what happens. Even if Big Cass is having his a little bit of a solo run, you're always going to have Enzo in his corner there anyway.
Enzo's going to be basically a manager, isn't he?
Yeah, which I'll be honest, he would make a perfect. He'll be perfect for that because he has that whole.
Yeah, he's so good.
He's great with the mic, and at the same time, you can see him going down. I keep forgetting his name. Mouth of the South.
Oh.
Something Hart.
Yeah. Oh, I know you mean with the megaphone.
Yeah. Someone in chat, I'm sorry, someone remind me what his name is, because I'm now feeling like an idiot. But
I'm thinking Jimmy Hart, but it wasn't Jimmy Hart, was it?
Was it Jimmy Hart? I think it was Jimmy Hart, actually. That's what I was thinking.
I think it is, isn't
it? Jimmy Hart.
Yeah.
Watch this, and my internet's not working on my phone. I always think the internet's... Oh, I've got a feeling I know why my internet's not working on my phone. But yeah, I think it's Jimmy Hart. But yeah, I can actually see Enzo going down that kind of path, which it would be perfect for him. But at the same time, he can wrestle still. That's the thing. And he's good as something that you can throw at people if they get in the way.
Yeah, it was Jimmy. Yeah, it was Jimmy Hart.
It was Jimmy Hart. Yeah, got it right here. Yeah, Jimmy Hart, Mouth of the South. So yeah, I can actually see him doing that type of stuff. So that's why they don't want Carmella and those guys together, because they want to give her her own little battle, a bit of a run. And no offense, what would you do? Would you move Carmella over to Raw, or would you move those two over to SmackDown?
Well, I think that should be. I think it would be good to see them on SmackDown. I think they'd have more of a.
They're going to easily win the championship.
More opportunity on more opportunity than they've got on Raw, to be honest.
Yeah. But out of this match, now actually talking about this match a little bit more, I think we can see from here that we would like to see Charlotte versus Tamina. We could see Naomi versus Carmella. Oh, they could have a dance-off. And Natalia versus Becky Lynch. Could you see something like that happening? Or could you see them both being in Tamina's and Charlotte's corners for that kind of stuff?
I think this seems to be that's where they're moving it at the moment. I don't know. I still think we're going to see Charlotte versus Naomi, and then I think we'll then come back to this again.
Yeah.
I think.
Anyway, we're still in this match. Before we move on to talking about other things, who do you think is going to win? Do you think it's going to be Team Charlotte or Team Tamina? I'm naming the teams.
Team Tamina. Yeah, it's going to be the welcoming committee. I've got a feeling.
Yeah, I agree.
And then just so they can carry it on a little bit, we'll see.
The thing is, I agree. I feel like it's going to be the welcome committee who's going to be winning this.
Yeah.
I think Charlotte's cheating.
Yeah.
But let's talk about a couple of the matches that we are not going to be seeing here. So first of all, we're going to talk about the kickoff match: Ty Dillinger versus Aiden English. Is it me or did Aiden English actually cry? After
what was that about?
Yeah, what is happening with him? He's very he's a really good singer. I give him that. He's got a good singing voice.
Yeah. And he's actually a very good wrestler. I've always liked Aiden English. I never liked Simon Gosh.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like Simon Gosh by the sounds of things.
By the sound of it, a lot of people didn't like him in real life as well as in the ring. But
including Aiden English.
Yeah, I mean, I've always liked Aiden English. I'd like to see Aiden English get a push. The problem, I think, is it comes back to this issue we've already talked about, where actually, traditionally, Aiden English is the sort of guy who would have had a push towards the minor title.
Yes, But at the moment, no said.
And at the moment, you can't see Aiden English in a match with AJ Styles or Kevin Owens, so it's a case of what they do with it.
Well, we've got to look at the other person here as well, Ty Dillinger. So he's
yeah.
I kind of, same again, I feel sorry for him. A little bit overshadowed for the fact that he came to the main roster at the same time as a huge superstar from NXT, Shinsuke Nakamura. To a point that this is what this pay-per-view has been marketed as. It's very much the Shinsuke Nakamura show. This is what this pay-per-view is going to be. Who still hasn't had a match. I understand why Dolph is getting pissed off.
That, won't we? But actually, I sort of agree with Dolph Ziggler a little bit on it.
Yeah.
He actually hasn't done anything.
No, he hasn't done anything. But so he's...
Yeah, I mean...
He's looking for his third win here as well against Aiden English.
I've never been the biggest Ty Dillinger fan.
I don't mind the guy. I think he's good.
I don't dislike him. But when on NXT, I could always sort of take it or leave it a little bit. I think there's far better people on NXT. I would have rather have seen them move across, but they obviously see something in him, and he's obviously he's going to get some sort of a push, and we'll see. I'm
going to be honest. It was a bit of a surprise seeing Ty Dillinger being moved up. Going on to NXT, he was currently having a rivalry with Sanity at that time.
Yeah.
Getting pushed up to the main roster.
They did sort of finish off.
Yeah, afterwards.
They had him back off with a cage match to finish it off a bit, but it was sort of, I know, of all the people to move across, I think there were better.
There is better, yeah. But then again,
more popular people to have moved.
This is the thing we've got to remember about NXT. It's developmental. As much as it's a brilliant show itself, it is still developmental. And their main aim is to be going on to the Smackdowns and the Raws themselves.
Yeah.
So you got to keep forgetting about that bit. But let's talk about the actual match itself a little bit. First of all, Aiden English is now the drama king.
Yeah.
I like the guy. Even though he's supposed to be a heel, I like the guy. What is happening here? Oh no, I thought the match was over then. So at the moment, Dillinger has doubled down in victories against him. The most recent having left such a lasting impaction against English that he broke down in tears in the middle of the ring. Following Ray Young's WWE.com announcement that the two would meet again at BackLash, the beloved Perfect 10 will clearly look for his widest wave of momentum to his third win, while the artiste, still brooding, as all artists do, following his losses, will look to bring the curtain down on Dillinger's fairy tale story. He went backstage. I think, was it Renee was interviewing somebody? And who was it that told him to cheer up?
It was Jericho.
God, Jericho just come back. Yeah.
Jericho gave him a bit of pep talk about, being upset.
It's basically explained to him, the thing is, you're still young, you're great talent, you're a great wrestler, you've got a beautiful singing voice, and then he does that to him. I
missed the list.
I missed the list as well.
So, yeah, I mean, it's... I mean, I don't... So, I mean, who do you think's going to win that one?
I feel Ty Dillinger's going to win it, and I've got a feeling Aiden English is going to break down in tears again in the middle of the ring. Probably have a hissy fit.
Yeah.
If he does, let him. That's going to be awesome. Give him that. That'll be fun to watch.
I'm hoping they give both of them I'm hoping both of them get a bit of a push.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think they both deserve a push.
They both deserve it. I think Aiden English definitely deserves it.
Oh god, yeah, he had to carry that Simon Gotch fella. Come on.
Yeah, he's a good wrestler.
Yes.
And he needs to be. So I think It's time for him to have a little bit of a run, and we'll see what he can do.
Anyway, the other match that we are not going to be showing, the Luke Harper versus Eric Rowan. Well, this was going to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Luke Harper is now a good guy. Eric Rowan is a clown. Last time I saw. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Have you seen that talking smack yet? So basically, at the end of it, it was this week. At the end of it, Eric Rowan just shown up with a sack. Which, if you see Eric Rowan with a sack, you would look at him thinking, "Oh shit, what's he got in there? It's going to be something creepy." And he basically, it's one of his lamb masks, but painted like a clown smile on it, and the blue eyeliner and stuff like that. Puts it on. Creepily slowly gives a balloon to Renee Young, who he was sitting next to, and then pops the balloon. And then he laughs like that.
I didn't see his face.
Yeah, he actually does laugh like that. He has a mechanical laugh because of it. He basically wanted to show what he found funny. So
I think it's going to be interesting to see. I think, both of them are good. Again, there's too many good people, isn't there, at the moment?
It's not just Raw, but also SmackDown, which is annoying. It's good, but it's annoying. But it gives them the opportunity. I think this is the thing we've got to think about SmackDown and Raw now. We shouldn't really be focused too much on the championship. We need to focus on the stories that they're trying to build with these people. And they are building some brilliant stories at the moment with them, even though there's no championship on it.
I think it's... Obviously, they're free of the shackles of the whole Wyatt family thing at the moment, which is good. It's the same. We're obviously seeing, we're seeing more of them as individuals. Yeah, I think. Yeah, we'll see what happens, won't we?
Well, the thing is, like I said, the battle. They're both, like I said, former Wyatt family brothers. Well, either way, this match is going to be strange, isn't it? You got probably two of the strangest superstars on SmackDown at the moment. Are going to be facing each other. So, like I said, they battled on SmackDown Live last week in a hard-hitting contest that Rowan's actually won. However, after the utterly bizarre appearance on WWE Network's Talking Smack, Rowan adamantly stated that the punishment he inflicted upon Harper was not enough, and that he wanted to inflict more pain at WWE BackLash. That's why they've got this match. After Rowan seriously disturbed Talking Smack host Renee Young and SmackDown Live Commissioner Shane McMahon, he was granted the return contest. So, what do you think? Do you think Rowan's going to double down on it, or do you think Luke Harper is going to get even more? Do you think Harper's going to even the score at his sadistic rivalry?
I think Harper could win. I think Harper's going to win it. I mean, we'll wait and see, but I think Harper's probably going to win that one. But yeah, again, the two people are probably too good to be down that end of the card, really.
We say that, but like I said, at the moment, I'm happy that those two are going to be facing each other anyway. I feel like it is going to be a good competition between them. We've just got to see what happens with it. And the thing is, it's going to lead to something later. I think it is kind of going to be difficult because, again, it's because of Superstar shake-up. And it's not just it is really affected the Wyatt family side of things here. Really, really devastating, I would say. You got, like I said, you got Rowans and Harper are still on SmackDown fighting each other, but they're still keeping their same gimmick that they're going with at the moment. And it really did affect with Bray Wyatt, who I think should have been the opponent at BackLash if it wasn't for the stupid shake-up.
Yes.
For the WWE Championship. And now, not saying he's now in the number one. What's the word? Number one contender. That's it.
Contender?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Fatal 5-way match at Extreme Rules, which I like to point out is an Extreme Rules match as well. I forgot to mention that because you can't have Extreme Rules without it being extreme. That doesn't actually make sense.
For Extreme Rules.
I can't wait for it, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense because even if it is a Fatal 5 match anyway, there is no disqualification in a Fatal 5-way match.
Yeah, it's true.
So the weapons will be involved anyway.
Yeah.
If it was an elimination, it's a whole different thing, but it's not. It's a Fatal 5-way match, which is going to be great for us because you can't do a 5-person match on this stupid show. Anyway, going back to this match, it's still going on.
I know, it's the longest match in the history of... It would never be this long.
No, of course not, no.
No way.
How long have we been? I think it's been half an hour. We are giving some dues. We talked about this. The thing is, I'd like to point out we still have to talk about NXT and the UK Championship. This is happening on Friday. But I'm going to say, this is the second time that's come up, that he's going into rest mode. Oh, please say it's over now. Oh, fuck Tamina! I want to talk about NXT and the UK Championship stuff when we've got our match, because we've got to have something to fill that bit there. So, we might as well talk about Raw's women, I guess. Alexa Bliss, she is the champion. She has now been champion of both the first champion of SmackDown and Raw. So,
I think well deserved as well.
Yes, because that's how you should actually pick a champion.
Package, we've talked about this before. Yeah, we've talked about this. She's very much a surprise package. You know?
Yeah.
Is it finished?
Yeah. Well, yeah, anyway, she is actually surprised because a lot of us were actually thinking it was going to be one of the horsewomen that was going to probably walk out as double champion first.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Alexa Bliss. She's come out of nowhere. She made a huge hit during the 6 women match when the brand split happened. I think it was at SummerSlam, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And she just kept on going with that momentum. And I'm going to say this now. I'm now thinking of it. Alexa Bliss is sort of I'm getting that whole AJ Lee type of feeling from her.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've got a feeling she's fitting into that antisocial area, even though she's not.
Yeah.
She's you know me, I like her. So
she's really embraced the heel character.
Yes, she has, and she's done brilliant.
Which on all accounts she struggled with a little bit to begin with, but she's really embraced that.
My favourite bit from that still is when she found out it was at Bayley's hometown. She was so happy about the idea that she's going to win the championship in front of her parents and her friends.
Yeah.
And she did. She didn't lie. That's the one thing about Alexa Bliss you got to remember. When she says she does something, she does it. So, and now she's teamed up with Nia Jax. Anyway, according to this, we said that Tamina and her team is going to win. According to the game, Team Charlotte's going to win. So let's just move on quick. Let's move on. Move away from that quick. And I think it is time for what I'm going to say that WWE BackLash is probably being centered around here at the moment. It is time for Nakamura's first match on the main roster against Dolph Ziggler. So let's jump straight in there. Oh my God. I understand where Dolph is coming from here. He has not done anything since he's actually joined it. Oh, wait, no, he has done something. He has brought to the main roster the brilliant song of his entrance music. To a point that we're actually been using that for the whole of this show because that's what WWE did. That's the thing. Because it was a payback where they sort of announced, they did show the promotion for Backlash off a bit. And when I first saw it, and I thought, are they just showing off Shinsuke Nakamura a little bit? And then you realise it's for Backlash. You're looking at it thinking, oh.
Yep.
To a point, I'm actually moving back to Backlash's main thing here. And I'm going to guess Shinsuke Nakamura is at the very top of this page at the moment. Rolling, up to the top. And I am correct. Yes, Shinsuke is at the top of the Backlash page.
Well, he's going to be huge. He is a huge star. You know what I mean?
Well,
he is going to be massive.
Yeah. And he's going to be walking out here as winner in team.
I am a little bit the same as you, where you think, well,
Dolph has a point here.
Hey?
Dolph has a point here, type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, no offense, I never really want to agree with Dolph Ziggler half the time, but this time I do.
Yeah.
And but look, I'm excited for this match.
As I say, he is going to be huge. I think it's a good match. This one, I think it could be a good match because, for all of his whinging and whining.
Which one, Dolph's or Shinsuke's?
Shinsuke's more of a screamer and a moaner, isn't he?
He's a screamer. He's a screamer and moaner. He's creepy. He's creepy.
He's bizarre.
But awesome bizarre.
He's bizarre. So I think this could be a really good match. I expect Shinsuke will win it, and then I think it's gonna build and build and build, and he'll have a big shot at one of the main titles within the next 6 months or so, isn't he?
Yeah, well, this is the weird thing. The thing is, before we had the whole NXT stuff and that lot, what the hell is going on? Oh. What the hell? That was brilliant. I've never seen that happen before. Anyway, going back to, before the whole NXT stuff, we didn't really get that much access to the developmental side of things with WWE. So when it was this thing that they've done with Shinsuke Nakamura would have worked brilliantly back then. But nowadays, because we've already seen Shinsuke fight in many matches, we've seen him actually be a champion, win the championship twice at one point. And so it feels like, well, why not just give him a match? I understand he's a big deal for you guys at the moment, but so with these guys over here, our main point from our predictions tonight is that there is a ton of brilliant competition here. And this is another thing. These two are not fighting for a championship, but they could easily be fighting for a championship.
No. Yeah.
Well, it would be... Actually, no, I'm going to say this now. It would be weird if there was a championship involved with this. The thing is, we do get a little bit annoyed with if a superstar came from, say, Raw over to SmackDown and had a shot at the championship. I would be even more annoyed if we had a superstar come from NXT up to one of the main rosters and they get a shot at a championship.
Straight away.
Yeah. I think we've had that a couple of times in the past, but it was more of a shock value type of thing. For example, Paige. Who was actually holding the NXT Women's Championship at the same time. And she actually had to drop it.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, when she first came up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. When she first came up, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I think the only time the thing is that is the only time that since the NXT that has actually happened. The thing is we've had number one shot.
Kevin Owens did it as well, didn't he?
Did he?
No, he didn't. When Kevin Owens first came up to the main roster, he still had the NXT Championship.
Yeah, but he didn't actually fight for a championship.
He didn't get another championship. No, he didn't. No.
It was.
He was against John Cena, but there was no championship, was there?
Yeah. Well,
I don't think. What was there? Actually, didn't John Cena have the US Championship at the time?
John Cena did have the US Championship, and he was doing that open challenge, wasn't he? And Kevin Owens did show up, but he didn't actually fight him. He basically just came out and told everyone that the NXT Championship is so much more better than the championship that Kevin Owens now currently holds.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Everything's changed. Yeah.
So, anyway, we didn't really talk much about Shinsuke Nakamura because we haven't really got much to talk about him. All we know is that he's a brilliant wrestler. This is his first match. We both think that Shinsuke is going to win it because it would be really odd making him the poster boy for this and losing his first match on the main roster. Yeah. According to the predictions as well, Shinsuke is going to win. Well, it's going to be count out, but by the looks of things, he's actually knocked out Dolph Ziggler on the ramp. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is actually a knockout during that match.
Yeah.
But do you know what I'm more excited about this here? Shinsuke Nakamura is going to have a brilliant entrance, isn't he? Out of all of this, that is what I'm looking forward to the most, is how is Shinsuke Nakamura going to enter, because he is the artist formerly known as Shinsuke Nakamura, according to the poster. No, seriously, if you actually go on the poster, if you look near the top of his leg, it actually does say that. And he's actually going to roll with that. That's what I've been told. So anyway, let's move on to our last prediction match, which is for the WWE Championship. It is Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal. More than
Jinder Mahal.
We are going to say this now. This just shows how odd this pairing is at the moment. Jinder Mahal does not have a character in the game. We actually had to go and search for a character for Jinder Mahal. The thing is, I completely understand for people like, say, Mickey James and stuff like that. Not someone like Jinder Mahal, who I like to point out has been on the roster for quite a while now.
Well, he actually hasn't though.
Well, he came back for... Didn't he? For a little bit? I don't know. How long?
He was on the roster. Yeah, he was on the roster a bit ago, and then he went away. And he did. He hasn't really. He's only returned relatively recently. Actually.
But I like to point out that Shinsuke Nakamura, that was actually a character that is actually in the game.
Yeah.
DLC character, yes, but it's a character in the game. To a point that you could hear the music. Yeah. That was his actual music. But
yeah, I mean,
let's jump straight into this match anyway.
So where do we start with it? As I say, this is another odd one, isn't it? Where somebody's got a mega push from nowhere, really.
So let's actually talk about why Jinder Mahal, first of all, is getting a shot at this championship. What it was is that it was a... he basically, as part of the Superstar Shake-Up, Mahal overcame... he joined the Blue Brand because of that, first of all. He was actually on Raw with Rusev beforehand.
That's right.
So he beat...
Which is when he came back. That's when he came back.
He came back. No, he actually had been back a little bit longer then. But he had been going with this whole inner peace kind of crap, whatever it was. And he ended up winning a six-pack challenge for the #1 contendership. He was facing... now, tell me if all these sound familiar to you. Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Luke Harper, Eric Rollins, and Mojo Rawley.
Yeah.
So yeah, he ended up winning that thanks to the surprising help from the Singh brothers, who we do actually have in his corner at the moment. I like to point out, which that makes sense to try and search for those, because they had not long been in NXT and now they're on the main roster as managers.
Yep.
Yeah, also known as the Bollywood Boys, by the way, with a Z, like the Hardys. Actually, where are they? They're supposed to be in the corner. Where are they gone?
Yeah, because NXT not long ago they were the Bollywood Boys, and now they've been known as the Singh Brothers.
Yeah. Well, thanks to them, this is the reason why Jinder Mahal has actually been given this shot, because they helped by stopping Sami Zayn from getting his deserved shot at this championship.
Yeah.
This is why we think that Sami Zayn should be competing against Jinder Mahal, not Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
But so he prepares for his first title match in WWE. The Maharaja, who poses a very real threat to Randy Orton, is no doubt hungry to prove his quality. He actually has been showing quite a strong side to him, hasn't he? Jinder Mahal. When you're saying giving him a push, he has been given a major push here with this, to a point that it's seeming like this actual match, which is going to happen between these two, is actually going to be a very close-ish match, I would say. But
I think it's odd. It seems odd that he's been given this push from nowhere.
Yes,
as you say, but actually he's very capable. He's good.
He's good.
He's very good.
But
it makes me laugh because actually he's not actually Indian. He's Canadian.
Yeah, that's another thing. He's Canadian.
He's another bloody Canadian.
Canadian.
But I say he's good. I think he could win this.
Yeah, I do too. I'm going to say this now. I think he is actually going to win this.
Yeah.
With the help of the Singh brothers,
I'm not
of
against.
Course.
Yeah.
But,
absolutely. Yeah.
But what about you? Do you think he's going to end up winning this?
I think he possibly will. I think he possibly will win this.
Yeah.
But it seems to be building momentum that way, and if he doesn't win it, then obviously that then begs the question of does he then sort of slip back down the If Randy Orton loses this match, Randy Orton's still Randy Orton, and he's still at the top, and he'll still be fighting for this title and in big matches, and that will be that. But if Jinder loses this, you sort of fear that he'll slip back down. He'll slip back down the bill again, and I don't want that to happen because I actually think he deserves to be at the top. Actually,
well, I wanted to mention one more thing before we move away from this. I want to mention the House of Horrors match between Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, Randy
Orton got squashed by a fridge.
By a fridge. that was the best bit. I don't know. What did you think of the House of Horrors match?
It wasn't what I was expecting. I'm going to say that now. It was a
cross.
It was interesting.
It was a cross between Funhouse. I thought it was a cross between Funhouse and the Bush Tucker trial, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. It
wasn't really much of a House of Horrors. It was more of a house that was left. It was an abandoned house.
It was just a house that hadn't been cleaned in a while.
Yeah.
Bit of an unclean house. But it wasn't a bad match. I'm not sure it quite worked. It wasn't a bad match.
I just want to say something about this match. Now I'm going back to our predictions, and you said to me about this situation, which I said that Jinder Mahal would get himself involved in this match. You said not really. It's going to be like that. He got himself involved in this match.
He did, yeah.
And he did what I exactly said. He went in there and smacked Randy Orton with his championship. I was right.
Yeah.
I have never been I've never had a prediction where I've got something so right so well. When I saw that, I thought, yes. But
I didn't think it was. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was an interesting match. I don't think it quite worked, but
it was a different concept to it. And the thing is, the only person who could actually really get it working as it was Bray Wyatt, and they did well with it. I think they did all right with it itself. But I would not want to see another one for a while.
No.
But anyway, according to the game, Randy Orton is going to be walking out with his WWE Championship intact. We both don't agree with that. I feel like Jinder Mahal would be better holding that title. He would be more. He would benefit from it more, and Randy Orton would lose less from it. He's already Randy Orton's already a legend in the making anyway. So anyway, it is time, mate, to move on to the match. It's time.
The main event.
The main event for us It is time for the CTG Championship, where I'm just going to say this now. Gee Dee is going to be walking out as champion. He's going to look great
No,
for the
he's
championship.
not. He's going to walk in with his stolen title and walk out.
No. We've actually talked about that. We have actually taken the title back off Gee Dee. He hadn't actually won it at that point. He had to go back to its rightful owner. He did take some awesome pictures with it, though. I'd like to point that out right now. And they look great pictures. I'm going to say that now.
Some awesome promo shots.
Some promo shots with it. It looks great. I like to point out he did walk out with it in Payback. I'm surprised he didn't actually use the title on anybody during that match, but I think if he did, he would have been disqualified. Yeah. But this time he's going to walk in there and he's going to actually win it properly. I like to point out I am venting at the moment because we are waiting for this to load.
We're to load up.
Which I'm actually pressing the wrong button here at the moment. There we go. Yeah, so if people don't know what this match is, we have the current champion Red Shimmy facing Hanksy, Gee Dee, and Heavenly. Sorry. In a fatal 4-way match, so it's whoever pins. So the thing about this is Shimmy does not have to be pinned to lose the championship. So he doesn't actually have to be involved to lose the championship in this match, which is a very
good.
Yeah, it's good, and also no disqualification because of that rules, of course. What can I say about this? If people want to know why are these guys going to be facing each other, why am I saying this? More than likely, I'll put this down a bit, this little bit here. So, how is everybody? Hope you guys are having fun. Out of these, who do you want to see win the championship? Because I know you. Oh,
Hanksy.
It's in Gee Dee. No, we're not looking. Neither. I've already asked Tatastic. He wants Shimmy to walk out with the championship. I'm just saying this now. I don't. I want my championship back. I want my championship back. Even though I didn't technically earn it. Let us go into the. So let's see them come in. Of course. Oof. So who is the first entering the ring for the Fatal 4-Way Championship match? It is Hanksy.
Yay.
And today, walking down the catwalk
in
his white suit and his little red bow tie, it is Hanksy, looking at the spring fashion for 2017. Yes, we know we're getting close to the summer now, but we don't tell Hanksy that. It's the gloves.
It's the gloves that set it off.
It's the gloves that set it off. But yeah, so we've got Hanksy coming into the ring. Pointing to the ring. No one is actually in the ring at the moment. He's just pointing to. Oh, now he's pointing into the air. Oh, what is happening in there, mate? Is this? You've got someone there. You have got someone there, haven't you? I know your tactics, mate. I know your tactics.
It's what?
What?
I've got my. It's the Hanksy section of the crowd. It's the Cesaro section, but bigger.
It's just one person, mate. I'm just gonna say that now. Who's coming out next? Oh, I think this person actually the biggest threat for this championship at the moment. It is Heavenly. She actually debuting at Payback herself. She actually did do a lot of the work. She was the one who actually won it for Hanksy Gee Dee. To actually have all three of them into this match. I like to point that out now. But yeah, the question is here: is Team Creeper going to actually work as a team in this? Of course not.
We should.
I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah, we should do. If we won't, we'll just screw each other over.
I like to point out. I actually got. I think it was Kev actually questioned. He's not actually seen us work as a team in anything at the moment. we have not actually done any teamwork for quite a while, mate. I'm just going to point that out now. Coming out next is
the
current champion, CTG champion, Red Shimmy, in his pirate gimmick. He is really happy slapping that title. I want that part. I'm just saying that. He is happy about that. Get used to it, mate. So there is actually
so good around my waist.
Yeah, there is actually a stipulation in this match. If Shimmy does actually lose without getting pinned, without actually losing it, he will be fighting whoever is the champion at Extreme Rules. Just as his rematch clause will state for that one. So that is actually how the rematch clause states for this champion. No, I'm just going to say this now, and we are going to actually put this as an official rule here. Most of the matches that we will have for these championships will usually be a fatal four-way or a triple threat match. If the actual current champion does not lose the belt themselves, they will have the rematch clause accepted. Well, if they do actually get pinned themselves or submit themselves, then no, they do not. It will end up having a number one contendership match at Extreme Rules.
You look like a sad clown.
Yeah, because someone took my title.
It was never your title.
It was my title. I had it. I had it at Payback.
You look like... Heavenly says you look like Austin Aries. I think you look like a sad clown.
I know. Do you know what? It's more annoying. So they've got that face thing. Mine's the only one that's actually using my face. So that was actually my face used there. Thanks. Do you know what? I'm coming out here like I don't really care. I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm here just to fight and take the championship. There you go. Look at my fist, people. The green. Yeah, they look great, don't they? I've got to show it over here, and over here, and over here. No one's over there, but look, going back around again. Look at my fists. They're very shiny, aren't they? So here we are. Ready for the Fatal 4-Way match, which we have been excited about for the past couple of weeks, actually. For, of course, this championship, the CTG Championship. I think I did quite well actually making the title. It was actually good. I'm actually saying good things about myself here, which is nice. So there's Hanksy, there's Heavenly, there's Shimmy, who is stroking the ropes, and me, who is looking the wrong direction. And here we go. The match has started. Of course, Team Creeper have gone to fight each other. That is common. That is common ground with these two. Oh my god. So how does this happen? So we've got Team Creeper in the ring at the moment. Shimmy's gone to beat up Heavenly outside the ring. What is the point of asking this? Who do you think's going to win, Hanksy?
Hanksy's going to win. Well, Heavenly thinks she's going to win, but she's wrong.
So no one's rating Shimmy here.
Nobody's rating Shimmy.
I like to. This is how it goes at the moment. You got Heavenly who thinks Heavenly's going to win. You got me who thinks Gee Dee's going to win. You got you who thinks Hanksy's going to win, and then we've got the rest of the people thinking Shimmy's going to win. Shimmy has become a fan favorite here, which is. But it's like it's actually anything that he does, isn't it? To be honest, Shimmy shows up and he entertains a lot of people, which that's just how it goes around here at the moment.
Yeah, all those World of Tank lovers.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I wish I could have had. It's from WrestleMania. Rusev came out in a tank, didn't he? If that was there, Shimmy would have been coming out in a tank every time. Anyway, mate, I feel like we've got to talk about a couple of the other things that are actually happening in WWE this weekend. It's not just Backlash. We have, of course, the UK Championship. What
it's on Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, they call it the UK Championship Special. That's what I've been told about it. If I can find it anywhere. Yeah. No, there isn't actually anything on its main page, which is weird.
It's going to be a mix, isn't it? It's going to be a mix of the UK stars and NXT stars, apparently.
Yes, which I'm not surprised. So, does that mean the Cruiserweight Championship might be competed for on there?
I
it
don't
might
know.
not. Why not? It's
don't know. Oh, is it? Oh, sorry. So it's not NXT, is it? It's the 205 Live.
205 Live. Yeah, sorry.
Cruiserweights. Yeah. Heavenly just tripped herself up over the steps.
Oh, don't worry about her. At the moment, we've got Shimmy, me, and you in the ring. Which it looks like, oh no, that fell through. Gee Dee ended up going to attack Hanksy. I'm just going to say this now. It looks like Shimmy and Gee Dee are actually teaming up on Hanksy. Oh, nope, there goes Gee Dee. He's now attacked Shimmy. And now Heavenly's come in the ring and attacked Gee Dee. Well, this is actually, no, this is normal.
It's about
So this is CTG in a nutshell here. It feels like an all for one for all kind of contest half the time with us. So UK WWE UK. Go that. I'm actually typing in Google to see if we've got any information about it here.
Yeah, see what the matches are. I'm not sure.
UK.
The other thing we've got going on this weekend is we've got a takeover as well, haven't we?
Yes, we do. So we've got a takeover.
Takeover Chicago.
Yes. So oh, is this it? This is not it. This is not it. Where the hell is the information for this? Oh no, it's here. WWE is returning to England for a 2-day event featuring UK and Cruiserweight stars, it says here. But this was in March.
Yeah.
So what I understand is that Tyler Bates is supposed to be facing Pete Dunne for the championship.
Pete Dunne, isn't it? Yeah.
Also known as the Bruiserweight.
Which should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I understand, and also JR is actually going to be doing the
JR's commentating, which is cool. Yeah, which is really cool.
The thing is, I'm looking forward to it because this is what they are actually trying to aim to do more of. I think they are actually trying to get a weekly UK show set up as well.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, of course.
Triple H has been talking about it. Triple H was talking about it when they were over here last week.
Yeah.
And that's definitely happening.
Well,
although it also, did you hear about Triple H with the WrestleMania?
No. What did he do
all
now?
The fans at where was it? I'm trying to think where the match. Oh, it's the O2, wasn't it? I think it was Smackdown when all the fans were chanting "We Want Mania," and Triple H was in the ring afterwards. Yeah. He basically teased the fans by saying, "Do you want a Mania? I think we can work it out where you can have Mania." And then
I want Mania.
All excited, and he says, "Yeah, we can have WrestleMania in this country." And he said, "I think we can sort something out." And then everyone was getting really excited, and then he turned around and says, "We do travel packages."
Oh, screw you, Triple H! No. I think this is the thing. Yeah, I'm happy that they're doing the UK Championship stuff here in the UK. Yeah, by the way, it's the UK Championships. It's a UK Championship special, according to this. Sorry about that bit of lag there. From Epic Studios in Norwich. So the promotion has chosen Norwich to host the WWE Presents the UK Championship Live. It's already been filmed by the sounds of things as well. So it's not actually live when it's going to be coming out, and live. It is on WWE Network as well, because it did actually air on Saturday, May the 6th, and Sunday, May the 7th. So we could actually know who actually is the champion, what has actually happened there, but they have actually kept it quite tight-lipped about this, haven't they?
Yeah.
Which well done to them. All we know is that. Stars who are set to appear there is we've got Trent Seven, Pete Dunne, Mark Andrews, Wolfgang, Tyson T-Bone, Sam Gradwell, James Drake, Joseph Connors, which is a Nottingham-based guy, Dan Maloney, and Saxon Huxley. So a lot from the actual tournament itself. And then, like you said, we've got the Cruiserweight division. So we've got people like Rick Swan, Akira Tozawa, TJ Perkins, D. Brian Kendrick, Tony Nese, and Neville's going to be there, of course. He's got to be there. He's a bloody UK star. So, it's definitely going to be interesting to see, which will be available with this coming out on YouTube on Sunday, which is available now on NXT, not NXT, on WWE Network. I think the match is nearly finished. Oh God, no! No!
Oh my God,
no!
Surely not. Surely not.
Dude, why did you get yourself pinned?
Oh, you were kidding me. Oh, you are. Oh, no, she's gonna be. She's gonna be insufferable.
Hanksy, quick question. No. Is Heavenly there at the moment?
Heavenly's downstairs.
If Heavenly's there, can she get on mic? Because I won't mind interviewing the new champion at the moment while we're here. While we talk a little bit about NXT itself. NXT TakeOver Chicago, which is happening on Saturday. Where is it? Chicago. Yeah. There we go. Thank you. So the main match from that is we're going to have Roderick Strong versus Eric Young, which has also now been added to the card as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get anything else. Where is WWE? Thank you. We have Bobby Roode.
The champions. The champion has arrived.
One second, let's just talk about this first. So we've got Bobby Roode is going to be defending the NXT Championship against Hideo Itami. We've got a triple threat match, which was a fatal four-way for the for the NXT Women's Championship. Asuka, whatever. Ruby Riott versus Nikki Cross. Asuka, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah. I love it.
I'm looking forward to that
match.
Is
brilliant.
Yeah. We have got NXT Tag Team Championship ladder match. Authors of Pain versus DIY, and we actually do have a United Championship match. Tyler Bates versus Pete Dunne's on there as well, which is going to be happening on Saturday as well. So so we've got the champion there now, mate.
Yeah. Do you want to interview the champion?
Yeah.
Here she is. Begrudgingly, I passed the mic to the CTG champion, Heavenly.
So.
Well, that was a bit easy.
Yeah, good. Don't get lost. One minute. So Heavenly, good evening. You are now our CTG champion. How does it feel now being the second champion for this newish title yourself?
I just want to say that this is my first championship match and I've won the championship. So
I'd like to point out it's also our first.
I'm actually undefeated in the CTG Championship. So, show some respect to the Queen.
So, Your Majesty, then
I'm
I guess.
Be a heel.
You're going to be a heel.
I'm going to be a heel.
Well, Your Majesty, it has, of course, as stipulation does go. We do now know what your next match. You're going to be defending the championship at Extreme Rules in a couple of weeks' time against Shimmy.
Oh, yay.
The match will be an Extreme Rules match, of course, to go with the show itself. What is your plan actually going into that match when it comes up in a couple of weeks' time?
It will just be to be as dirty as I can and get away with it whatever I can.
So there you have it, everybody. Your CTG champion, Heavenly. Thank you for joining us up here as well, Heavenly. And Hanksy, wherever he is at the moment, I bet he's now kicking himself, hoping that he was going to be walking away as champion. I know the feeling.
He's massaging my feet and feeding me grapes.
So there we have it, everybody. This was our WWE predictions for Backlash. It is this Sunday on the 21st of May. I feel like it's going to be a great pay-per-view. Heavenly, what do you think about the pay-per-view itself? Are you looking forward to this yourself?
Do you know what? I'm not.
You're not?
I'm not, because I know I obviously haven't been around here for all the chat or anything like that, but I just think since the draft, SmackDown's just got a bit boring.
Yeah.
That's my honest opinion. Raw's got more interesting, and SmackDown's got a bit boring, apart from Kevin Owens.
Yeah, you gotta love Kevin Owens in this.
I find it dead boring. you know, Chris Jericho's gone now, so there's no more list.
Well, he's gone for a bit. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Won't be surprised if he's back around SummerSlam.
The New Day aren't around at the moment, and I'm just like, every time I watch Smackdown, I'm yawning at the moment. So, what a change around that's been from the draft. So, I really want them to pull something out the bag, because the only match I'm looking forward to is AJ Styles and Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I would say mine is definitely the Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler, just for the fact.
Shit-stained Nakamura.
I think he's good.
Can't stand him.
He just says,
"Who wants to talk like this? I will defeat you." I can't stand him. I just feel like he's like a cartoon He's just like a cartoon character or something like that. And yeah, he just annoys me, so I call him Shit-stained Nakamura. Shit-stained.
Sorry. Can you just ask Hanksy what match is he looking forward to at Backlash
hold on, I'll pass you back over.
Thank you very much.
Hold on. Bye!
See ya. There's our champion, everybody. More than likely, Gee Dee will be stealing that championship again. No, it is. Look. Anyway, mate, before we disappear from this, what match are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to. I mean, it's Kevin Owens, AJ Styles. I think it could be a classic, actually. Yeah.
So anyway, like we said, guys, thank you for joining us for our predictions. We will be back in 2 weeks' time, I think it is, isn't it? For Extreme Rules.
Yeah, Extreme Rules.
I'm
looking forward to that.
With our main event, like we just announced here, it will be Heavenly, our new CTG champion, versus Shimmy in an Extreme Rules match.
Extreme Rules.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I'm not. That's how creative my. The rules may change. I'm just going to say that now. I like to point out our current GM for the CTG
division. Should be an ambulance match. If we could, mate,
I don't think we can do an ambulance match, mate. I'm just going to say our GM...
Or a casket match.
I'm just going to say this, mate. Our GM at the moment for the CTG division, he can be a little bit corrupt sometimes. Well, that's what happens when you hire a mini creeper as GM. I'm just going to say that now.
This is it. This is what happens. Yeah.
Goddamn Frank. But yeah, like I said, guys, thank you for joining us. We will be back in 2 weeks for our next predictions. Until then, thank you, everybody, and goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye.
How long do you think it's going to be until Gee Dee steals that title again?
About 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I expect he's probably got it now.
Yeah, I won't be surprised.
The title.
Yeah,
he stole the title off the other end.
Yeah, he's more than likely.
Yeah, in the locker room. Driven off of it.